The premiere was scheduled for June 9th, 1993, the Cineplex Odeon in Los Angeles. Press, cameras, the specific machinery of a Hollywood opening night. Tina Turner had seen the film. She had watched an actress she had never met live inside the worst years of her life for 118 minutes. She had watched it alone in a screening room, without telling anyone how she felt afterward. Now she was in a car on the way to the premiere, and Angela Bassett was going to be in the same building. What's Love Got to Do with It had been in production for over a year. Angela Bassett had been cast as Tina Turner, not the Tina Turner of Private Dancer and 4 Grammy Awards, but the Tina Turner of the Ike years. The Tina Turner who had been 17 years old and new and unprotected. The Tina Turner who had stayed for 15 years in something that most people, watching from the outside, could not understand how anyone stayed in. Angela Bassett had understood. She had spent a year understanding. She had studied footage, read accounts, spoken to people who had been present in those years. She had built the performance from the inside out, not imitating the surface of a person, but finding the interior logic of why a person does the things they do when the circumstances are the things they were. Tina Turner had not met her during production. This had been a deliberate choice. She had been asked whether she wanted to be involved in the film's development. She had said no. Not out of indifference, out of understanding that the film needed to belong to the people making it. That if Angela Bassett was going to find her own way into those years, she needed to find it without Tina standing in the room. The first time Tina Turner saw the performance was in the screening room, alone. She has not described in detail what it was to watch Angela Bassett be her. She has said only, briefly in one interview, that it was the strangest experience of her life. Stranger than anything the industry had asked of her. Stranger than the Grammy stage and the world tours and the 37 rejections. To sit in a dark room and watch someone else carry the weight of your years. The premiere was the first time she would be in the same room as Angela Bassett. She had thought about this moment for weeks. She had not been certain what she would feel. She had been certain that whatever she felt, she would not fully understand it until she was in the room. The Cineplex Odeon lobby was full when Tina arrived. Press and cameras, and the specific noise of a Hollywood event where everyone is performing their presence for everyone else. Tina moved through it with the composure she always brought to rooms like this, the composure of someone who has been performing composure for 40 years and has made it so seamless that most people cannot see it as performance at all. She saw Angela Bassett across the lobby. Angela Bassett saw her at the same moment. What happened in that lobby, the specific exchange between these two women in the middle of a Hollywood premiere, surrounded by press and cameras and the machinery of the industry, has been described by people who were present with the careful economy of people who understand that they witnessed something that did not belong to them. The crowd between them parted, not dramatically, the way crowds part when two people are moving toward each other with intention. They stood in front of each other. Angela Bassett was 34 years old. She had just given the performance of her career. She had spent a year inside years that were not hers to live, and she was standing in front of the woman those years belonged to. Angela spoke first. She has said in the years since that she had prepared something, a sentence, a way of acknowledging what she had been entrusted with. When she was standing in front of Tina Turner, the sentence left her. What came out instead was, "I hope I did right by you." The lobby was loud around them. Cameras were flashing. People were moving. The machinery of the premiere continued in every direction. Tina Turner looked at Angela Bassett for a long moment. Then she said something that nobody standing near them expected. Not the gracious acknowledgement, not the generous professional compliment. She said, "You did more than right by me. You did right by every woman who watched that film and recognized herself." Angela Bassett has described the moment of hearing that sentence as the moment she understood what the film was for. Not the box office, not the award season, not the performance reviews. The women who would sit in dark theaters across the country and recognize themselves. The women who had stayed too long in something. The women who had left with nothing and rebuilt everything. The women who were still inside it and needed to see that the other side existed and looked like this. 4 Grammy Awards, 12 million albums, sold-out arenas on 3 continents, and a woman standing in a lobby saying, "You did right by every woman who recognized herself." They embraced, briefly, in the middle of the lobby. The cameras caught it. What the cameras could not catch was what happened in those few seconds between the question and the answer. The specific weight of one woman handing something back to another. The specific lightness of the woman receiving it. What's Love Got to Do with It was released on June 9, 1993. It earned $180 million against a $15 million budget. Angela Bassett received the Academy Award nomination for Best Actress. The film has been credited by domestic violence advocates and organizations across the country with more directly prompting women to seek help than any other single piece of media in the decade. Angela Bassett received her Oscar nomination in February 1994. Tina Turner sent her a note, handwritten, 1 sentence. Angela Bassett has never shared what the sentence said. She has said only that she keeps the note, and that it is in the same place as the first review she ever received as an actress, the one that told her, 30 years before the Bassett performance of a lifetime, that she had found something worth finding. 2 women in a lobby, a question, an answer. And the 40 years of women who recognized themselves in the film they made possible. If this story moved you, if you have ever recognized yourself in someone else's story, subscribe and share this video. Leave a comment. Tell us about a story that showed you the other side was possible. We read every one.